Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It's Tuesday, so you already know it's time to talk about some Bad Batch. And I am sitting here with fingers crossed. This is actually working. Oh, man, trying to cut out some of those stall and lagging issues that we've been having. So this is my very first time running through actual YouTube instead of StreamYard. And, oh, what's up, Jay Cruz? I see you out there. Seems good. Everything's going good. Rock on. Like that. Don't like the setting. I didn't even take time to get the settings right or see what it looked like. It looks a little different, but hey, we're gonna motor through as long as we're going good and it sounds good and not stalling out. I am happy. What's up, everybody? How'd you like that news episode, The Bad Batch, episode 11, The Devil's Deal? I think this is gonna be one of those that people either love it or hate it. Like somebody like me, I love Rebels. I absolutely loved it. I'm like an origin story with Hera. Are you kidding me? I love it. Want some more of it. I was all in on that one. So yeah, I was absolutely loving it. What's up, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. Look like a crosshair chip got fried. Man, I don't know. What's up with Crosshair and what's up with our new clone that we got out there that seems like he has a heart. So, man, we got all sorts of stuff to talk about today. Going to be running this one solo. Fandom's got the new schedule going in, so can't make it today, but sure he'll be back on Saturday to wrap up that Loki review final episode, so that'll be tight. Oh, man, but this week we opened up on Ryloth with the Empire starting and early with their BS, and we know it's going to go in a bad place real quick, and we also got another cameo from General Syndulla. And he has really changed his tune. Like, he was very much against the Empire and Rebels. Like, he hated them, wanted nothing to do with them. Now he's kind of acting like they're all good. So right out of the gate, I was like, they're switching this one up. Where are they going with it? And it was telling how nobody was trying to hear, like, the senator. But as soon as General Syndulla spoke up, everybody just shut up and listened. Like, he has the respect of his entire nation. So, again, I mean, I get he's, like, tired of warring and stuff and being in it. And that's going to wear on anybody. But he's got to know that this is just not the way to end it. And I mean, just having everybody giving up their weapons and counting on somebody else to take care of you does not seem like the kind of situation you want to put yourself in. It was crazy. Let's see, does this one highlight like the other ones? How can I do that? Pin message, report, put this, what? So what is it, pin and message? Is that how you do it? Let's try that. Oh, yeah, nope, that didn't do it either. Weird. On the other one, you can just click on it. I don't know if this one's going to show it's got to show. I got to figure this out. Oh, this is how that running joke goes about me being the most untechnical DJ on the planet. I know how to hit play and make things go, but, man, the little intricacies of everything. That sucks that you can't just pop on this and make it pop up on screen. That's crazy. But yeah, it wasn't much about the Bad Batch this week. It was all right. Like I said, for all you guys that haven't seen Rebels yet, it's going to be a little bit rough because this was definitely a Rebels throwback, and it was dope. I was loving it. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, it was cool how nobody wanted to hear the regular Senator Ta, but everybody was listening when Syndulla spoke. It was like E.F. Hutton. Everybody shut up and listened. And it was a good speech, but no one's going to touch the fact that the clones are now pumping up. The clones are now putting up with the people that they were fighting for on the other side. They're like, oh, the clones are going to protect us. The clones are all good. It's like the clones were just fighting for the other side like a couple months ago, and now they just switched and killed all the Jedis, and you're going to trust them? It's like, and nobody's going to touch about that? That's kind of crazy. Because that'd be the first thing I'd be asking. I'm like, dude, they switched on them. How are they not going to turn on us? That just doesn't seem right at all. And the general top soldiers are in agreement. They're in the crowd listening, but they're not trying to hear it. It's like they did not want to lay down their weapons to anybody. And Admiral Rampart was just showing again what a despicable pig he is when he's saying, like, what a shame is it that your daughter couldn't be here? It's like, dude, the mom was trying to say, like, say one more thing about my daughter and see what happens. Like, what was he thinking even bringing the kids into it? Like, I mean, basically in a semi-threatening way, like, oh, it's a shame your daughter couldn't be here to enjoy the spectacle. What's a kid going to care about being here? And why are you bringing my daughter's name into it? Like, that's a problem right there getting ready to go. Peter Griffin says, if Omega knows Hera means older, Omega will probably be an Ahsoka show. If Omega knows Hera means older, Omega will probably be an Ahsoka show. That would be probably pretty tight. And, dude, the way they're bringing this up, don't they have to make an Omega appearance in that? Like, isn't that a cameo that's just going to have to happen? Yeah, exactly, Jay Cruz. When you can pry it from my cold, dead hands, you ain't getting my guts. No way. I don't even have a gun, and I wouldn't want to give it up. Like, that's just, yeah. It's like, no, I'm not trying to give down my stuff to anybody else. I'm not laying down nothing. It's like, if you're here to help me, then you should be happy that I'm armed so we can help each other when the time comes. But why do you need me to just give up my weapons unless you want me to be totally submissive? And that's just a bad message they're sending, for real. Oh, man. But yeah, if you guys, it's got to be so rough kind of watching the Bad Batch at this point. I mean, it's a good show and like it's doing what it's doing, but like a lot of the coolest parts are all the callbacks that they're doing and all the cameos that they're bringing up, and they're bringing some monsters in. I mean, come on, Hera, just what? One of the greatest pilots the Rebel cause has ever seen. Just, I needed this origin story. So dope. And it was sad, but even with them like talking about Hera, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even put two and two together until I saw Chopper. Like, what an amazing callback. Like, I was just, how did I not even see it? They even said Hera, and I was just kind of watching the show, not even putting it together. Like, they're on Ryloth. It's like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, just enjoying the show. But then all of a sudden I saw Chopper, and my eyes got huge. I was like, you got to be shitting me. Because, yeah, again, for everybody who hasn't seen Rebels, I'm not going to say that R2D2 can't hold his jock, but it's pretty much nose to nose. Like, I don't know. It's definitely those two run toe to toe, and I mean the edge literally may even go to Chopper over R2. Like, Chopper is one of the baddest bots in the universe. He is amazing, which you guys will see once you watch Rebels. But Hera's been told by her uncle Gobi to gather intel on the new Empire refinery, and why is her uncle like so carefree with her life? Like, having her spy on a private Imperial installation, like even Chopper feels like it's time to bounce. But Hera's like, no, Uncle Gobi's orders, so we got to stay and get this intel. I'm like, and of course a trooper squad happens by and arrests them. I'm like, how is her uncle just like so carefree with her life? I didn't think that was cool at all. And Gobi tells General Syndulla's wife that he doesn't agree with giving up their weapons and relying on the clones to protect them. So we know exactly where his mind's at. But again, why are you going to put your niece in such harm's way? Like, that was just crazy to me. And just then, Hera gets brought in by the troopers, and we meet the new clone named Hauser, who seems to have a heart, and he knows how tense things are, so he doesn't want to report Hera being caught in the restricted area. So this guy seems pretty cool. Again, we're definitely going to need to know more about her, or more about him. And Syndulla is grateful and says it won't happen again. And then he asks Hera, like, what are you doing out there? And Hera held strong. I was like, okay, I can't be mad at Hera. Like, even against her father, like, she was not going to give it up. She just kept quiet and like, I already said. She's like, no, you tell me the truth. And she just got stone cold quiet. Like, just already the markings of a great rebel spy. Like, she never said nothing. And it wasn't, I mean, she stayed strong, and it wasn't until Gobi stepped in and said it was his idea. And then Cam Syndulla, understandably, gets totally hyped about it. He's like, how are you going to like endanger my daughter? And instead of apologizing, Gobi just asked, why is it spying? What does the Empire have to hide? I'm like, not the point. Why are you putting my daughter's life in danger? So I didn't like that at all. Like, he didn't even apologize. He just changed the subject. Like, oh, what are they hiding? Why is it a bad deal? It's like, you're putting how risky or how light things are and how touch and go things are, and you're just going to put my daughter's life in the middle of it. I was not happy with Gobi with that at all. I was getting hyped. I was like, man, this man has no remorse about putting his niece in jeopardy. But yeah, that was messed up. Peter Griffin says, we've seen young Hera and young Keenan so far. I know, how great is that? Now I have to watch Rebels. Exhausting. I know, man. It's never ending, especially because those Clone Wars, when you're trying to get through it, man, that is long. 22 seasons or something? It's insane. Or 22 episodes a season. So yeah, I know it's not easy getting through, but man, Rebels is a fun watch. It's not quite as long, and it is a fun watch. You're gonna love it. Rebels is great. Oh, Peter Griffin says, "Oh, you haven't Jake? One of my favorite characters in it, Bendu." Yeah, I'm telling you, Rebels is dope. It is a great watch. He's a Force user who laughs at both Jedi and Sith. Yeah, Bendu's a beast, literally. He's awesome. Oh, that's the problem with getting behind. A lot of work to catch up. Yeah, man. And I mean, it's not like it's just like a little 15-minute, 10 episode season. Like, they give you all you want and more. I thought Uncle is just training Hera for future endeavors. I mean, she is, but I mean, she's kind of young. And again, I mean, that's some pretty dangerous training. Like, you're literally putting your nieces, like, if Hauser would have like turned her in and turned her into Tarkin, you already know this is a whole different story. So I mean, yeah, I just don't think there's any way that the uncle should have put the niece in that much danger. I didn't like that at all. That was messed up. But yeah, that was crazy. I was just like, he's like, why are they hiding? It's like, what do you mean? Why are they hiding? Why are you putting my daughter out there? Why don't you get your ass out there and do it? It's like, Gobi has the nerve to say, like, I will not sit by while. Sounds like you're doing plenty of sitting by and just letting the younger people go out and take all the chances. Like, get your ass out there and do the recon. Why you got this girl out there doing it? But yeah, that was messed up. So Gobi knows the Empire is up to something, and of course they are. And Tarkin meets with the Ryloth senator, and they discuss plans going forward and how best not to have them disturbed. And Crosshair, my man's in there, like, he's not just a killer; he's in there making decisions. That was kind of cool to see. And Crosshair makes mention that it's not really Gobi, that it's Gobi, not really Cham Syndulla that needs to be watched. So he knows it's not so much the general that you need to be worried about; it's his right hand man, Gobi. And it was cool to see Crosshair being, like I said, being utilized in another role other than just a merc out there, actually using the brains and letting them know what's really going on. And outside, Hera is looking at planes and dreaming of flying on one someday. And her dad tries to explain why he's doing what he's doing, so that she can have a better life without needing to fight. And you can totally understand where he's coming from. I mean, after war, you know that's going to take a toll on you for fighting so long. Sooner or later, you just want to lay it down and get back to living. But Cham's taking it from all sides. His brother, his wife, his daughter, they all want to keep fighting, or at least the means to fight, like keep their weapons so they can protect themselves. And again, why is Gobi so careless? Like, he is dead set on recruiting his niece into the rebellion. Like, but she's still so young. Like, she comes to tell him that she can't go with him on this latest mission. And he like twists his father's words to make it seem okay. And it's like, oh, this isn't recon. This is just, going to this is just a supply run. And then even puts the irresistible cherry on top, saying that he was going to let her fly the plane. I mean, what a dude. He is just not good. I'm not liking this uncle right now. I'm telling you. I think he's too focused on the end game and not worried about, what could happen to his little family member. That's just crazy. And just like he knows once he says she can fly that there's no way she's going to turn it down. Of course she's going to freaking go and want to go with him. So I don't know. I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. So, of course, it's too much to resist, and she's in. And then what we didn't know, or what they didn't know, is Crosshair was watching it all go down, and he shoots the ship with a tracker and lets Tarkin know what's happening and who all's on board. And then they make it to their rendezvous point to pick up their weapons. And, hey, our boys finally make a showing. And they're in there. I mean, it's cool to see them making a showing in their own show. But honestly, I was not missing them that much for this one-off. I thought it was pretty cool. I was liking it. And especially if I'm getting the Hera origin story, like, that's a one-off I can take. Like, with Hera, I needed this origin story. It's amazing. Like I said, you guys got to get down on Rebels because she is literally one of the baddest pilots to ever grace the Rebel Force, ever. She is sick with hers. And like I said, Chopper gives R2-D2 a run for the money as the baddest bot in the universe. So when Awestruck Hera walks right past the dealings going on to get a closer look at the Marauder, and she wants to peek inside, and I thought that was pretty cute the way Omega asked Hunter, can Hera come aboard? That was pretty tight. And I just love the chemistry between those two. It was pretty tight. Is Hera's flying lesson about having a feeling or piloting going to come back into play in a later episode for Omega? The way she was saying, it's more than just about knowing all the stuff about the ship. It's a feeling. Sooner or later, that's got to come back into play when Omega's going to be doing something later on. She's going to have to fly. The boys are going to be hurt. She's going to have to pilot the plane, but she's not quite sure how to do it. But she's going to remember the words of our girl Hera, and she's going to get it done. It's going to be tight. And how cute was that Omega? Technically, it's our gunner's mount, but when we're not being chased or shot at, it's my room. She was so proud of that. I don't know. I was loving this episode. I thought everything about it was great. Oh, yeah, the arms smuggle run may have been too much for a kid. Way too much. I'm telling you, he is putting this girl's life in way too much danger that she don't need to be put in at this young an age. But maybe that's what made her the greatest pilot in the Rebel Resistance ever. Chopper saved all the Rebels' lives multiple times. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm telling you, Chopper is the bot of bots. He's, like I was saying, R2-D2 has been holding the title for decades, but I think Chopper made it, came and got it. Sick Omega does some dirt. She's going to get it done dirty way. But Hunter advises Gobi to be careful. Building an arsenal of this size raises suspicion, and Gobi says he basically has no choice, which at that point I agree. He had no choice. You can't just give up all your weapons and just pray you're going to be okay. You got to be able to defend yourself. So I'm with him on that one. You just didn't need to bring it. There was absolutely zero reason to bring his niece on this mission. Zero reason. So Omega says bye to Hera, and you guys think that we're going to see these two like meet again before the end of the season, or are we just going to kind of maybe see Omega use the words that Hera used, like remember it's a feeling, and kind of touch back on that, or are we actually going to get another meeting between these two before it's over? Man, I hope they do go ahead and red light the second season. I'm pretty sure that they are going to have a second season of this, so got to get in there and freaking watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, because like I said last episode, they're not slowing down on the cameos at all. If anything, they're getting worse. And I like how they're starting to tie it into like 2 and 3 episode runs, kind of how they did with the Clone Wars. Instead of having to rush through everything in 25 minutes, just taking like 2 or 3 episodes to get the full arc out. I'm loving the Bad Batch. I'm loving everything about it and how they're doing it. I had a couple slow episodes, but for the most part, I'm all in. And yeah, of course, loving Omega. But Gobi and company try to get back on down low, but Crosshair and his squad move in and take him down. And the gang's all here, even Senator Ta, there to accuse false accusations, saying that the fact that Hera's there is enough to implicate Cham Syndulla. But Tarkin's like, no, the people love him too much. We're going to need more than that to take him down. So Hera's taken into custody, and Tarkin puts out that he's basically already charging her with treason without even giving her a trial. So, of course, this causes her parents to, like, jump into action. And they commit the crime that Tarkin needed to basically charge and sully Cham's name, which is... This guy is just way too intelligent, man. It's bad that he's on the wrong side of things because, yeah, he's the reason that the Empire gets as far as they do because he's just got sinister ideas that all seem to work. And again, he's got another plan and tells Crosshair to get into position. Like, he's 3 steps ahead of this game every time. So that just does not make it nice for our Rebels at all. Oh, maybe not this season. Yeah, I'll probably save that one for next season. Do you know the Senator's clone? I wasn't familiar with him. But he seems to have free will and be one to watch later on in the series. Oh, Hauser, yeah. No, he's brand new. He's brand new. He wasn't in Clone Wars. He wasn't in Rebels. He's brand new to the show. So, yeah, we got to see where he's going. Like, did his inhibitor chip never activate? Or is his inhibitor chip, like, wearing off and he's going back to having his own thoughts and making his own decisions? Like, we definitely need to know more about this Hauser character because he seems to be a really good guy. So why is that? Why is he making his own decisions? He was even looking sideways. That was what was going on here, what we're going to talk about in a minute. He's like, oh, this ain't right. Like, something's messed up. Yeah, no, he's 100%. He's a new character. I guess they just came out with a new, some kind of weird thing. They came out with a new action figure, but it wasn't his name on it. So I don't know what they're going to do with that or if that's another clone that's going to be coming up or what. But, yeah, no, he is absolutely brand new to the series. So I have to say that Cham was pretty nice with his, dude. When he got on that speeder, like even the way he took the speeder, just spearing that trooper, knocking him off, then jumping on the speeder, like off the rock onto it, like almost like an old cowboy onto a horse, and then jumping back and going sideways. And he was making short work of any and all troopers that were in his way. Like, dude, Cham is nice with his. We see how he became general. He is one bad mo. But inside, Senator Ta is freaking out, knowing that it's Syndulla coming for his daughter. And Tarkin was just a bit too calm. Like, you already know, like, he's got to be smooth and very comfortable with this plan he has working in action because he doesn't seem to be worried about anything. Even later, when they're like, stop him, do something, he's like, he's the one with the blaster. Just all smooth and calm, just didn't even care. Like I said, he is like 10 steps ahead of everybody at all times, which does not make it good for the Rebel side. But Gobi's team are like a bunch of ninjas as they close in and take control of the tank. And basically, it has the general's daughter in it, and they're not going to not get in there. And dude, they were like cyber nerd, like just ninjas out there, galactical ninjas rolling through there. The way they were jumping on there, getting in there, taking people out, taking their guns from them, switching them over to stun and then stunning them. Like, yeah, they never didn't have control of that situation. It didn't seem like till the end. So Cham saves his daughter, but it wasn't quite done with the Senator Ta, and he puts a blaster straight to his face. And it basically takes everyone and the cherry on top, his wife, to talk him down from doing the world a favor and just eliminating Senator Ta, because he's been a piece of work through everything. And when he does drop the gun, then all of a sudden we see what's going on with Tarkin, because he thanks him for playing his part and then gives a signal to Crosshair to take him out. And we still don't even know, like, did he actually kill Ta? Or did he just did he just put him down and make it look like an attempted murder? Because I don't know. I've heard people say his legs were moving or whatever, but it almost seems to me like Ta is dead. I mean, Crosshair shot him in the head. So did he really just nick him and make it look like an attempted murder, or did he just kill this man? Disney is so dark with this one. It's crazy. But yeah, Tarkin was way too calm. He knew his plan was in action and was working the entire time. His leg was twitching. Yeah, I mean, that could have just been like those death twitches out the door, like just his nerves going off. You know, was that really him alive, or was that just the nerves, like when you chop the head off a snake and it keeps going for a minute? Like nerve endings still moving. I don't know. That is just creepy as hell. I know some comic readers say that's not how he dies, but the show may have changed it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't read any of the books or the comics, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. They kind of left that a little murky. We don't know if he's really dead or not, how that's going to work. And, I mean, he's got old boy. Do you guys think that Hauser, that new clone, is going to come into action and be the one to say, like, no, wait, the general didn't kill this guy. Somebody else that we didn't even see shot this man. So is Hauser going to have to come up and have a conscience and be the good guy that was there to let everybody know the truth, or how is that going to play out? So just then, some troopers back up. The troopers back up and arrives, or the troopers backup arrives, and Cham and company are arrested for the attempted assassination of Senator Ta. Mrs. Scintilla tells Chopper to get Hera the hell out of there, which he does. But Mr. and Mrs. Syndulla aren't so lucky. They both get handcuffed and arrested along with the rest of his crew. I'm like, man, they must have just stayed there. I guess they did have a lot of backups coming, but man, those guys were ninjas. I think they could have bounced if they wanted to, but I don't know. Maybe they were like, real Ryloths don't run. So Tarkin orders the retrieval of Hera as well, and you guys think he's going to catch her, or is she going to be able to evade him and bounce out, never to be caught by him? Like, is she going to get caught and then have to escape and then become a rebel, one of the best rebel pilots, or is she just out now and they're never laying their hands on her? I kind of think it's that way. I don't think they're ever touching Hera, because she is the ish. I don't know. They need to show like where she gets her training or whatever, but she's literally basically the best pilot the rebel forces have ever had. Like, she is clean with hers. But the ship heads out to look for her, and as we can see, like her taking a low road, she has this real worried look upon her face, and it definitely looks like this is going to be a 2 or 3 parter, like I was saying earlier, and I am all in for the ride because I'm loving it. Taking it back to Clone Wars, giving us the cool cameos, making these episodes into like 2 and 3 part series. I mean, I am all in. I'm absolutely loving it. What were you guys thinking this? I was wondering, like, if you didn't watch Rebels, this would be kind of hard, because if you're all into the Bad Batch, you want to see the Bad Batch. And we didn't really see the Bad Batch. We got a Hera origin story. And like I said, even the fact we're on Ryloth, even the fact we're talking to the general, her dad, and everything else, I was just so into the story, like watching it. It literally took like 10 minutes or 6 minutes till I popped up. I was like, oh my God, this is Hera. I was like, yeah, it was funny. Like, literally not until I saw Chopper did I put it all together. Like, I thought that was funny. So yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was so all in. I was like, hell to the yeah. Oh, I don't get enough snakes to chop their heads off. I just shoot them. That must be a pretty good shot. Oh, man. Attempted to rescue her parents. You guys think they're going to be able to rescue them? I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but we know something happens. But are they going to be able to rescue them? I don't know. Yeah, some of the Clone Wars can't tell you too much about that. I wonder if the Bad Batch next mission will be to rescue Hera's parents and bring them back to the planet. Could be. Absolutely could be. Or maybe they're just going to go rescue Gobi and company, and then they'll take Gobi, and then they'll have Gobi and all his warriors go back and rescue the parents. And then that might be when something bad happens, and I'm sad. But we're going to see it all play out, I think. And, dude, if we're going to get an origin story, this is an amazing one to get. I'm absolutely loving it. So yeah, it was pretty dope. Can't wait to see the next one. And yeah, can't believe like it took so long. I was like, man, halfway through, and I really wasn't missing the Bad Batch. Like we got the Crosshair appearance, and we saw some other callbacks and General Camps and Dula, and I was like, I don't know. I was just loving it. Like as much as I love the Clone Wars, just getting all these callbacks, I was all in. So yeah, this is dope, and I don't mind them like putting it out like this. You know, of course, I think we're going to see a lot more of the crew next week, but I wasn't mad at all. I was not mad at all watching this one. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So what's up, Jake? Were you like just okay with it? Did you hate it? Were you kind of into it? Was it intriguing, wanting to know more? Like, what's it like watching this, not really knowing any of the callbacks that they were giving or all these huge cameos that they're popping out? Because it's weird for me being on the other side of it. When I was watching Mandalorian, I hadn't watched Clone Wars yet. So when they did the Ahsoka episode, I'm like, what is everybody all freaking out? I mean, it was a cool episode, but why is everybody all freaking out? Who's this Ahsoka character? And then I watched Clone Wars, and I was like, why is everybody freaking out? Of course, because it's Ahsoka. So yeah, I'm telling you, watching these Clone Wars and Rebels is a must-do at this point. Got to get through it. Because yeah, they aren't slowing down at all. They're going to keep it coming, and I'm loving it. We got the Bad Batch cameo. Right, they cameoed in their own show. That was awesome. That's exactly what they did. They made a cameo in their own damn show. I wonder if the Bad Batch next week bring her parents and bring her back to the planet. What, their planet, or maybe back to Sid's to go into hiding? I think that the Iron Fire Ride Crosshair's chip be about to flip back to the Bad Batch. Think so? That would be kind of crazy. I mean, do we think that Crosshair is going to turn on the Empire and come back? Because I don't know, man. I think Crosshair was kind of half there already. I think he's just an evil clone. Like, something about him just kicked in, and he's just ready to do dirt and bad things. And good soldiers follow orders. I think he just uses that for an excuse to be able to get away with murder because that's what he likes to do, kill things. So, yeah, I don't know about Crosshair. Everybody thinks he's coming back and going to do good. I mean, is there redemption? This guy fired on women and children with no remorse and shot the dude point blank that tried to stop him from doing it. So, yeah, I don't know. Can we do it? Is there even a way, basically, to give him a redemption? I don't know. He might be too far gone for me. Is all right, not your favorite episode? Yeah, like I said, it's got to be tough not knowing and not just having that sentimental feeling with them, connection with them. Because, yeah, Hera is the ish. She is the pilot of all pilots. You tell me what you said. You put me on a mission, and I can have Hera or Luke Skywalker, Hera all day. I can have Han Solo or Hera all day. Like, Hera is the ish. She is nice with hers. There's no touching her when she gets in the cockpit. There is no touching this woman. She is it. I think so. He's an asshole, but still a bad batcher. Bad batcher for life. He might be able to come back. I don't know. 50. I'm not even 50-50 like Jake. I'm like maybe 20-80. 20% he might be able to come back. Like, okay, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt and blame it all on the chip. But, man, that's some pretty dark shit you got into, brother. Oh, yep, just blame it on his chip. Exactly. I mean, they want their brother back. I mean, they've gone on so many missions. They got so much life. And, yeah, it's tough to just oust them. But, man, because they don't really know. They weren't there for that. They might have heard about it. But do they know what he did to Saw Gerrera's group? They weren't even Saul's group. Those were just refugees trying to get to a safe place. Like, they didn't want to fight. Unarmed women and children, and ordered them shot dead. And not just shot. Oh, girl had a flamethrower. Like, went in and turned them all burnt and crispy. There just ain't nothing nice about my man Crosshair. Oh, man. Omega thinks it's just a chip. I don't know. I think Omega is just too naive about the ways of the galaxy. I think he's just a bad apple. I think that's just all it is to it. I think Crosshair is just an old, crusty bad apple that likes to kill. And that's why he's so good at it. But time will tell. I can't wait to see the next episode. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And, yeah, I'm all in for the ride. So I hope you guys are loving it just as much, and I hope to see each and every one of you back this next Saturday so we can get in for the finale of Loki. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing week, and it only gets better from here. Look what Wrecker did when his chip took over. Yeah, exactly. It is. I mean, it's more than they can take. I'll give you that. But like I said, like, it was just the reason he was the first to turn. I don't know. I'm just not. I got both eyes on Crosshair. I'm not feeling it. But you guys have an amazing rest of the week, and we'll definitely see you on Saturday. Everybody be easy.